Hello, coffee, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. And this is going to be an unboxing video of Black Rose Wars Rebirth. And this, by the way, when I say hello coffee, I'm not referring to Board Game Coffee, even though they're here. I'm referring to the actual coffee. Top Shot, Coffee Shot, all that as usual. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the reason I've had my Board Game Coffee mug for basically all the videos for the past like 2-3 weeks now is because I do have other mugs. I'll be rotating them in as well, but right now our kitchen is undergoing a lot of construction. Not like through contractors. Rena is an ambitious person who is very hands-on. She's done like, I can paint a wall. That's as far as I can go. She is very hands-on about anything to do with construction and tiling. She's tiling our kitchen right now. If you don't know how difficult tiling is, that's ridiculous. But either way, for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're operating on limited things that aren't plastic, and so this is the mug that I chose. You might be confused what you're doing here because this is an unboxing video. I said this is a Black Rose Wars unboxing video, at least the title probably said that. But in case you're new here, this is a Black Rose Wars unboxing and rambling, and I'm realizing there's no reason to have my knife here in this video because this is a prototype. A very pretty looking prototype, at least from what we can see so far. This is also a good time to tell you that, as usual, when it comes to prototype unboxings, if this is not interesting enough, then I will not be doing it. If there's nothing interesting to actually go over here, if I open this up and there's like 2 miniatures and some half-baked whatever, then I just won't do an unboxing video. By the way, in case you're wondering, because right about now 3 of you are wondering, I wonder how many videos Alex has scrapped as far as his unboxing videos. So far, none. I don't do that many, I've scrapped videos, plenty of videos. But in terms of unboxings, I've only done maybe 5 or 6 prototype unboxings, probably even less. I've done this one, I did Six Siege, I did Chronicles of Drunagar Apocalypse. I'm pretty sure I've done others, but I don't do a lot of prototype unboxings. I usually have less components. This one, just the box looked pretty enough. I was like, I'll give this a shot. And honestly, looking at this, I mean, I'm happy I did. This looked like a full-on, this is pretty. I'm happy I'm doing this unboxing. Okay, great. This video stays. I mean, I assume. We'll still find out. But anyways, like these are legit punch boards and everything. This looks like a final game. This is like a final production quality of this game. So let's go ahead and go through this. Let's put these back over here so I can maintain control because I don't have my legions of organized baggies to deal with. We'll come back to y'all in a second. No, I don't actually say y'all. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, this is an unboxing and rambling video, in case you're new to the channel. That means this will marginally have to do with Black Rose Wars Rebirth. I'm sure I'll talk about it at some point, but it's mostly just me, on my never-ending chain of consciousness. Did I say chain of consciousness? I think it's train of consciousness. And it's like a chain of, I don't know what the word chain is doing there. Ludus Magnus Studios. 25 years have passed since the invasion of Lucifer and his infernal host into the Lodge of the Black Rose. The Lodge was destroyed. After years of chaos, the silence of the Black Rose Wars is finally broken. The revived entity is now calling all the Magisters back to the Lodge in order to rebuild it and elect the new Great Magister. Will you rise to the challenge of the Black Rose? Maybe. We are proud to present you a prototype of the new board game Black Rose Wars, the new game's second chapter, blah blah blah, standalone core box that can be mixed and played together the first chapter of Black Rose Wars, so that's all good information, reasonable already, price of admission well earned. Players can freely choose the way they mix and match all the different ways, mages, rooms, schools of magic, spells, etc, etc, etc. This makes Black Rose Wars a fantastic choice, both for people that already have Black Rose Wars and for people new to this game, but not a fantastic choice if you have everything Black Rose Wars, because dear lord, that is too much content. It will be launched on Kickstarter August 24th. I think I knew that already. I just put up a video last week on Kickstarter's coming, and I'm pretty sure I said August 24th for Black Rose Wars Rebirth. We also published a video introduction to this new game, thinking in particular to those people who already have the first Black Rose Wars. I've seen that already. I'll link to that in the description down below. It's a pretty good video, honestly. As per our tradition, people supporting us during the Kickstarter will receive a much higher value compared with the future retail price, and also receive some special Kickstarter exclusives. What's a Kickstarter exclusive? I guess it's like extras? Is that, like, what's an exclusive? To the 4 people who don't know, I'm joking, I know what exclusives are. The box you open is the result of really hard work and involved all our team in the past year. We are proud of it and confident you will like it as well. You can find the Alpha English rulebook on this link. Okay, so the link to the rulebook. You can also find useful graphical assets. I don't use graphical assets. I probably should use graphical assets. We decided to launch the game on Kickstarter only after reaching a really advanced stage of development to present a product as similar as possible to the final one our backers will receive. So this is very much into the development process, supposedly. the box you are looking at now will probably be the final one. That's great because I really love this box. Solid box top over here. I like the little thing where they showed the rebirth on the side. I'll go ahead and show it to you again so you can see it. This is going to be the final box or similar to it based on what I'm reading here. The trays have been re-engineered according to the precious feedback we received from Black Rose Wars players. Different compartments to arrange different cards, spaces, slots, ready to store 5th and 6th player expansions. Most interesting feature is the 6 modular small trays designed to store tokens and cubes for each player to let you take them out of the back box and keep them to each player for a very fast setup. We'll see that shortly, maybe, if it's in here. Clean up miniatures. The miniatures you see are the final version for the core box. Cool. This really is a final. This is basically an unboxing. I'm sure I'll do an unboxing when I get the all-in a year and a half from now or whenever it is. Prototype you'll find resin miniatures. The production box will contain PVC with the level of quality reached by our factory, which, I mean, honestly, some of the best miniatures I've seen have come from Ludus Magnus Studios, so you got no concerns from me there. The bases have been improved considering feedback and ergonomic aspects and play experience. By the way, I'll have a little timestamp thingy so you can skip all the reading, although honestly, I'm finding it pretty useful information so far. The cards have been playtested a lot in the last months. Of course, we'll continue to fine-tune, etc., etc. We are also, important, okay, I'll timestamp this too. We are also to tell you that we will offer an early bird promo for Kickstarter backers. All pledges placed in the first 48 hours of the campaign will receive a free expansion, Jukas. Jukas is an iconic character from the universe created by Ludus Magnus. He first appeared in Sin Tempor. I think it's Sin Tempor. It might be Sign Tempor. I don't know how to pronounce it. He leapt in time while fighting with Chrono, contaminated by Gaia's blood during the fight. He is slowly dying, and now Jukas travels through time, looking for a way to save himself. The Black Rose promised to help him. Jukas is an avatar of the Black Rose Lodge, blah, 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 add-on in case you don't get it there. Cool. Lots of useful information. Final production copy, or close as possible to your core box, which means now it's a good time to, and usually I try to pull these out from under the top shot, but this box is so big that I can't, so now you can pay attention to the top shot over there. Let's go ahead and take a general look at the miniatures you can see over here. And let's go ahead and look at some specific ones. So we got miniatures over here. These apparently are as close as possible to final production copy, which means I get to do the whole hand-holding of these various characters. And this does look pretty nice. Obviously, this is resin, so the detail might be different. But again, if you look at my unboxing of Black Rose Wars, which I've done a full unboxing of Black Rose Wars, then you'll see the quality is pretty up there. Give me a second. Someone's knocking at the door. Ow, 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 ow. So, basically, two things. One, I'm home alone, which means I have to get the door when someone knocks, which usually I don't if I'm in the middle of a video. And then we have this miniature over here. Number two, the ow, 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 is that I want to say every 6 to 12 months, I get like this horrifically bad back pain. Oh, these are going to be little like kind of the pet things that go around the bases. So, basically, every 6 to 12 months, I get this horrendous back pain that if I sit down or move or anything, my back like seizes up and I just have to say ow, ow, ow. At particular times, it can get bad enough that I'm on the floor unable to move. It's not a great thing. I've seen a chiropractor. I should be doing something about it. I've done stuff. I should probably go to a physical therapist or something. I don't know. But for the most part, it doesn't really do much. In fact, it used to be every like 6 months. It hasn't been like in a year and a half, so for right now, I'm all good. Anyways, trust me, if it gets worse, we'll do something about it. But for right now, I'm just going to keep making little groaning noises while I sit down instead. It's just for the next week or two. Cool. That's going to be most of the stuff we see in this box. We have a variety of totems, a variety of characters. Let's go ahead and cover that up. These all look gorgeous. All look very typical Black Rose Warsy, which is not a word. I need some coffee. All that back pain is getting to me. So, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like these will be the player trays. That's my assumption just looking at this over here. So, if we open this up, we can see we have 6 trays that I assume hold the cubes and the stuff and the things that go with each character. So, for example, let's go ahead and take a look over here. And let's go ahead and grab some tokens. Are those player colors? I guess they are, right? So, let's go ahead and grab a bunch of tokens and see how this goes in. Although they're all a little tainted. Let's just grab these. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to be all the things for the white player or whatever. So let's go ahead and see how these all fit in. Not that I have any idea. I'm just figuring it out. It looks like these can easily go there. We have a little bit of a pull over there, a pull tab from that. We're going to grab these, put them all. I don't know where they go. I'm literally just kind of stuffing them together and seeing how this shapes up. We'll find out together. But this does look a bit like it almost goes. It's not perfectly done. I don't know if it's meant to be in that particular space or not. We'll find out. Again, it kind of works with the caveat that doesn't perfectly work because some of these are on top and some are below. But we have them over there. We'll leave it off to the side and we'll come back to this soon enough. Because now we go into the rest of the Black Rose Wars. If I say it in that voice, it's more dramatic. The Black Rose Wars. So, this is going to be an innovation which you may or may not have already seen, depending on... Ooh, I like that purple color. That purple color is very nice. But you may or may not have already seen this, depending on if you got the stretch goal content for Black Rose Wars. If you got the retail content, you're not going to see much here. But basically, we have this little character here. Oh, these are bent. Oh, that's sad. Looks like these got bent doing shipping. Prototype. Still, you know, not going to be final production quality. It's still one of the best prototypes I've seen already. So we have Ricari, we have Berendoria, Ariana, we have Gramigna, Ricart, not Ricari. Or is it Ricari? Ricart? I think it's Ricart. Yeah, because that's an I, so that's Ricart. Okay, let's go ahead and grab Berendoria. We're going to go ahead and put Berendoria into that slot. So you can see how it perfectly overlays with the Black Rose. The coloring obviously could be an issue because, you know, you might have a character that looks better on one color versus the other. Like Berendoria over there was perfectly suited for the purple versus Ariana might be well suited for the red. That said, that's a minor thing. And this gives you the actions, so you can go ahead and grab your action tokens, which will go in these slots, I assume. It looks like it's giving you the various actions you can take, so you can accomplish a location, you can move, you can attack, all that stuff. Those are going to be over there, and then you flip them when done to show your action is exhausted. So solid job over there. All around, I mean, this is just, you know, more Black Rose Wars. Because Black Rose Wars Rebirth is doing some things differently than the Black Rose Wars. There's going to be new art, new cards, new characters, all of that. Additionally, we're going to have, you're building the rooms up as opposed to tearing them down. So it's a bit of a different experience in that sense. Let's put these off to the side. I'm getting a text. Why am I getting a text? Like, all the notifications are off. All the notifications and everything. Boom. Okay. We got this board over here with little dual layered slots. Interesting. I wonder why these slots over here are dual layered. That's intriguing to me. I don't know the answer to that at all, but we have some slots dual layered, some slots not, and then we have all the content components, all the things. Let's go ahead and go through it. This is, again, straight up a retail copy, honestly. I mean, close enough. It's not actually retail, but it's close enough to retail. We have our cards. Let's dump those. These are going to be our locations, our various locations of the board, probably having the Black Rose Wars somewhere in there. I didn't see a specific Black Rose slot. So we have the Oracle Room, we have the Abyss, we have the Mirrors Room, the camera is off there, the Mirrors Room, we have the Alchemical Laboratory. All of these are still dual layered. This is like, again, this is basically a finished thing. The Summoner Room, the art's great. I could argue that the art is actually better than the original. We have the Armory, the Pleasures Room, the Observatory, the Sanctuary, the Biblioteca, draw one mission. The Garden, place a cube, place a corruption thingy. The Black Rose Room, here's the Black Rose. The Throne Room, the Forge, the Treasure Room, the Cemetery, all these different rooms. And they very nicely say on just basic text what to do, which is a step up from the iconography of the original Black Rose Wars, which, while not terrible, was an additional barrier to entry to actually playing it. So, we have these cubes over here. Let's go ahead and see what other cubes we have, because I imagine we have cubes for each of the colors. This is probably going to be the white cubes. We'll dump those over there. I like them. They kind of stored in there in a way that I think they wouldn't come out, because it had a nice lid, right? I think, maybe. Let's pretend it had a nice lid, and let's dump those in there like so. These, not so much. I'm just trying to figure out how this all stores. Still want to figure out that. Is that where a character goes? This is not a character slot. That doesn't look right. Anyways, let's keep on going through things. We have cards, we have more cards, and more cards, just tons of cards. Let's go ahead and go through some of the stuff. Some hexes, and then some more miniatures. So we got some more miniatures. We don't have any, like, gigantic miniatures, which is normal. I mean, Black Rose Wars is going to be a game. Let's see if we can get that to focus. In fact, I don't even see where our characters are unless they're not the same color. See, the original Black Rose Wars, interesting. So we have more cubes, we have more cards, and then we have bases and things. Okay, let's go through everything here. Nothing else underneath. Nope, we're all done in that sense. Okay, so here's where we are so far. Back over here, we have our miniatures, which I'm now assuming has our main characters, probably these guys over here. These 4 over here are probably the main characters. It looks like they're going to be identified with bases. I do not know if the final retail version of the game will have the different colors or not. You see, the original Black Rose Wars had a gray color for all the enemies, and then a more of a beige color for heroes, so to speak. And this is either abandoning it or prototype. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, what do we got? Oh, we got the bases. Ooh, that's what goes there. So, here are going to be the bases for each faction. These are actually very solid bases. Ooh, I like these. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, here's what's going on. Let's go ahead and show you some stuff over here so you can get an idea of what's going on. We have some... Is this broken? Or that looks like it's broken. So it looks like we got one broken marker, unfortunately. The problem with resin. We have a few markers. Like, this is a gorgeous little rose marker to... Let's see if we can focus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a little rose marker that will be available for the game, I assume. And we have all the bases of different colors. Looks like they're... I can't tell if they're resin or not. They don't have a lot of bend. They may well be resin. But we're going to have our large miniature. We will, I imagine, have our character miniature, showing the base of our character. And then we'll have different roses as bases. So the original Black Rose Wars had little pins that were really annoying to track that would go into the bases of your miniatures. This is a much better system. I hope these fit the old stuff, the old miniatures and all that. But yeah, that's what we have over here. Let's go ahead and put all of that into this base thingy, which is where I assume these are supposed to go. Again, this honestly, I like the general system here. The way they have some of these things at different heights kind of makes me feel like they planned something in a way that I'm not totally getting. And I need the knife. So anyways, Black Rose Wars. So if you haven't watched my unboxing of the original Black Rose Wars, the Satyr box, or Satyr box, has way too much content. Absolutely way too much content. It's a lifetime of content for the game, which means if you already have that, you definitely do not need more Black Rose Wars content. I'm not saying you don't want it, I'm saying you don't need it. Now, the new stuff is going to have a slightly new graphical design. I don't know all the new changes. Like I said, you can see some quality of life improvements, some inserts. It looks like they're taking some steps in the right direction. None of those necessarily mean that you need more Black Rose, especially if you're already happy with the game in its current form. Black Rose Wars is basically a upgraded version of Wiz War. It's a game where you're casting spells left, right, and center. The game comes from the tons of spells and the slight deck building you'll be doing as you slowly just build up your character's deck and then proceed to like draw cards, cast them, draw cards, cast them, rinse and repeat as you try to figure out the best combination of spells and the schools of magic you're going to engage in was ultimately try to kill as many people as possible as efficiently as possible. That's all it is. Just spells, abilities, good fun, casting, all those things. We're going to go through a few spells. We will not be going through every single card because, well, I got things to do today, and you have other videos to watch. Some on my channel, some on the other channel. It's all good. Don't know when this video is going up, by the way, so we don't know. Can't reference the video that went up earlier today because I currently have no idea the video that went up earlier today. In fact, when this video started, I wasn't even sure if this video would be a real video, so I didn't plan that much around it. Just more cards. More cards. Come on, buddy. Let me out of here. Cool. By the way, I did buy a knife sharpener. Someone said I should get a knife sharpener. I hear you. This was a great knife when I first got it. And then sure enough, it's not quite as good anymore, which means it was time to buy a knife sharpener rather than a new knife. Although I bought a new knife too, because I don't mind having a few knives. I do enough unboxing videos I can justify having a knife. Okay, we have all our pieces of plastic on the floor. They'll get picked up later. We have our cards, our schools of magic. So let's see what we have here. Let's go ahead and do some organizational stuff. Let's preferably not drop all the cards before I even have a chance to look at them. Let's move this off to the side. These over here. We've got our schools, our stuff. Let's go ahead and go through just things. So, number one, we have schools of magic. There looks like mostly green going on with some other stuff there. I'm a little unclear. Okay, those are going to be schools of magic. You can see the... Let's try not to cut myself as I go through this. So the green's going to overlay there. We have the blue overlaying. So let's do this. Okay, now that I'm finding the lines here, we have blue over here. We have purple. So here's going to be the purple school of magic here. We have our green school of magic here. We have our white school of magic here. And these are not the official names. We have our beige school of magic here. Just finding all the cards. So it looks like we have 6 schools of magic plus some other things. Again, let's move that knife to the side before I just, cut into myself. Okay, here's going to be all the cards. Or let's do that again with all the blue this time. Okay, And then we have a bunch of other cards. These look like some of the quests. Oh yeah, these are going to be some of the quests, I think. Pyromancer, if you have 3 revealed fire card spells in your mage sheet at the end of your turn, then boom, 2 Black Rose Wars points. So yeah, we're going to have a whole bunch of quests over here. Some equipment, it looks like. Regenerating Ichor. Each time this model suffers a wound, he ignores up to 1 wound of the wound suffered. What are these? Are these equipment? Did Black Rose Wars have equipment? I don't remember Black Rose Wars having equipment. We have just muscle implant. This model has +1 strength. Cool, I like it. Cerebral Impact, Reinforced Arms, +2 health. Lots of fun little equipment stuff. I'm curious what else they'll have in the final game. Then we have more of these spells, potentially quests. Oh, these are going to be the Black Rose Wars cards, where they go. The Black Rose Wars places a corruption in each room and room. 2 different colors of rooms. Lots of cards. Characters, the Succubus Demon. The strength is equal to the number of wounds on this card. Each time the owner of the succubus suffers a wound, the succubus can suffer 1 wound in its place. Fun. Little bit of manipulation there. They're stronger health? They still have like weak health. We'll see how it goes. And then we have more quests, all lining up nicely with this pack over here. And then finally we got these over here. I don't know what these are. I don't know why we have like, oh, these are going to be the main spells of the various characters. Okay, so each character starts with their default main spells. Then we have this, the Black Rose room, it looks like. Something going on over here. We'll put that to the side. Let's go ahead and read 1 or 2 spells from each area. Shuffled, shuffled, shuffled at random. Probably shouldn't be shuffling this. I'll be like reading the rulebook later and I'll be like, you please do not shuffle the rulebook. Okay, we have some full body spells. Now, in case you're wondering, full body spells is interesting to me because most spells are not full body spells. Most spells show 2 different sides to them that you can read. So we have Hysterical Escape. Move the target up to 2, assign an Umbra to the target. That Umbra activates under your control. Cool. And we have Hysterical Escape. You can move each mage in the target room up to 1, gain 1 Black Rose Wars for each trap triggered by this movement. Cool. I like this. Manipulation. That's going to be that. I said 2 cards from each one, didn't I? Recurring Nightmare. Each time the target reveals a spell, each nightmare assigned to him activates under your control. Or alternatively, each time the target reveals a spell, assign an Umbra to the target. So it looks like we have some assigning of, I assume Umbras are characters, negative characters. Let's see if we can find an Umbra in this thing over here. We have the Succubus. We have the Cadaver, we have the Albedo, we have the Totem. I don't know if we have Umbras. Umbras! We have Umbras, they're nightmares. Okay, cool. So we got those. Those are going to be little characters we assigned to them. Let's go to the next spell school. We have remove a target with a heart value of 3 or less, gain 1 Black Rose Wars symbol. Gain 1 point, basically. We have Rain Totem. Summon a totem, place a number of corruption within 0 from it equal to the number of totems in the lodge. Okay, we got some red. Red is usually going to be the fire magic. The colors are all a little bit different, so they can overlap with the Black Rose Wars you already have. Peak of Agony. Inflict 2 wounds, then something converts up to 2 wounds on your mage sheet. Ooh. Then we have the Pain Mark. Let's look at it this way. The Pain Mark. Each time you suffer wounds, one of your evocations can suffer all the wounds in your place. Cool. The evocations are going to be the little minions you generate throughout the game. Speaking of which, place 1, summon a cadaver. That cadaver activates. Remove 1 of your undead. If you do, summon a Colossus within 0 from the target. Ooh. I assume the Colossuses are the big guys. Let's take a look. Yep. Colossuses are the big guys. Checks out. That is definitely that guy over there. Just with a little bit of a kind of an upset day. Didn't have his coffee. All that. Cool. Some more stuff. Let's check out what else we got here. Again, Black Rose Wars is all about the spells. Inflict 2 damage. Enhancement. Inflict 1 for each. Ooh, cool. That's going to kind of inflict some sort of enhancement. I haven't read these things. Inflict 2 wounds. Enhancement inflicts 2. Again, the enhancement thing I don't know. Some of these things are going to be new to me. Albify. Convert 3. Enhancement. Fire. Inflict 1. So convert 3 wounds. So there's going to be a concept of Black Rose Wars of area control. There's going to be this idea that both the rooms themselves as well as the enemies as you attack each other, that you're inflicting your own color damage cubes onto those people. And the most color damage cubes, that's going to trigger who wins, who gets the area control against that person. We have, I can't read that. Litany. Move the target up to 1. The target discards a jinx. If it does, place 3 within 0 of the target. 3 corruption, I believe that is. Let's go ahead and read one more. Let's read one of these full-length cards. So, the full-length card over here. Cerebral Worm. When a mage enters a red or yellow room, target that mage, inflict a wound, convert 1 within 0 from the target. If the target has at least 1 jinx assigned, gain 1 from the target. So, whole bunch of stuff going on here. You'd have to like play the game a bit to actually know what's going on, all these things. But we have these ideas of dealing wounds to various characters, where you're going to track. Yeah, let's just throw that over there. You're going to be tracking basically. Let's put this back here. Okay. Let's put this like so. At the top of the board, you can see you're tracking the wounds. The spots are going to go there, and you'll rotate out those colors as needed. Additionally, on the rooms themselves, you'll be tracking as well the corruption of those rooms, putting them into the various spots as well over there. So that's kind of everything. It's a single core box here, so we're not going to have an hour-long unboxing. It's going to have, we have these cards over here: Hexes, Agony, Technomancy, Alchemy. Oh, these are going to be the various factions, the various types of spells. So we have Hex, Agony, Shamanic, Technomancy, Alchemy, and Nightmare are the types of spells, and then Forgotten spells are avoided exclusively by activating the Black Rose Wars room. So there's going to be special spells that are more powerful, but also, if it's like the original game, go away after you use them. So, this is Black Rose Wars Rebirth, coming to Kickstarter August 24th, I think they said. More content for Black Rose Wars. More content that, if this is your first time diving into the universe, Black Rose Wars is a ton of fun. If you already have all the Black Rose Wars content, back responsibly, because this will be more money for a game that, from what I'm seeing so far, has small quality of life improvements and then more of the same. Obviously, the Kickstarter will potentially show us more. I'll keep an eye on it. It's always a balance. I'm always excited about new stuff, and I'm not saying don't get new stuff, but I'm also saying your money can only go so many different places, so balance that responsibly as you choose where to ultimately put it. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and have a good one.